of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give you the scoop with Ryan Pfeiffer and Lisa Doop. Shama-lama ding-dong, loop-de-loop. This is the story of a guy named Mr. Boop.
You're listening to Being Mr. Boop, Betty Boop, out of context. My name is Lisa Doop, and I'm Mr. Boop.
My name is Ryan Pfeiffer, and I am Mr. Boop.
My name is Chris Taylor, and I am Mr. Boop.
Woo! We've returned to
Okay,
Chris.
calm
What's
down,
your
Lisa.
relationship to Mr. Boop? We need to.
All right, we
What?
don't.
No.
No. Get on with
I've
it.
read exactly one of them. Let's go. That's not true. I read like
Ryan,
5.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go
Ryan,
through that every
Chris.
episode this week. How many have you read?
Ryan, Chris, it's Tuesday, July 14th, 2020, and today we're reading the 126th ever Mr. Boop strip. What happens in today's Mr. Boop?
Lisa, in today's Mr. Boop, we solved the age-old question: how old is Betty Boop? She's 16.
She's not 16.
That's what she said in actual canon, as opposed
Yeah,
to Mr. Boop, which is its own canon.
She was 16 in the 30s.
And she said she will always be 16.
That's true. You can't fight that.
Shadow
we didn't think
synopsis
that.
today. Do you want to read the shadow synopsis today? Do you have that up?
I don't have it up.
Fine. Okay, shadow synopsis today. Poppin' a booper. That's the...
I hope she's not 16. This is problematic. Although in The Burn Bandit, she is portrayed as a married woman with many children and yet an adult's voice.
Look at what I've just posted. Look at the comic strip panel I
The
posted.
Burn
in
Bandit?
Being Mr. Boop.
Sorry, it's the Bum Bandit. This kerning. I have bad kerning on this monitor.
Look at the
Bandit.
look at the comic panel I posted in chat.
Oh, you have it. Okay. I tried to find it yesterday. I couldn't find it. She's also a dog in this.
But the thing is, I think it's a reference to how young actresses back then would lie about their age. What's her face? Who's the person that Betty Boop is supposedly based on? Little thing.
Aren't
or
there like
whatever?
multiple people?
Yeah, but there's one of them who I looked up who like actually was constantly lying about her age. He was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm 13," and then the next year he'd be like, "I'm 12."
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. 4 panels. No flapper shot, I would say. Sure. Panel 1, Betty has her arms down angrily by her sides, like, "Oh, I'm so mad." She's grimacing and angry eyes, and she's got that little... That's an anime thing. Like, what is that thing? On her
It's
head
like
called?
a vein. It's a vein.
Oh,
buddy.
it's a vein. Oh.
When you
never-
get mad, your veins pop out because
That
your blood
never
pressure
registers
goes up.
to me that that's supposed to be a vein. It just looks like it's a little symbol.
Yeah.
It's that
Good
little vein.
vascularity on Betty Boop here.
The vein symbol. She's so vain. And she's got a 2-part speech bubble that says, "My dad doesn't control me anymore." 2 electro points. "I'm not going to divorce my husband just because he says so." 3 electro points.
So what's the lore with this? Is her father the corporation? What's
Her
going on?
Her
father
father
is-
is like the head of Fleischer Studios or something, and his name is
God,
Mr.
okay.
His name is Mr. Boop.
And he wants her to. He wants.
I don't know if they directly name Fleischer Studios. I think it's just like cartoon studio, basically.
And she wants Betty. He wants Betty to divorce Alex so that they can make another cartoon or something like that, right?
I don't know
that
if he needs to do. I don't know if they need to get divorced for that to happen. I think it's just like also he wants that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway,
or he thinks it'll help. I don't know.
I hope that explains something.
Panel 2, we get a closer shot of Betty. Well, mostly her head, but we see her fist coming up. She's shaking a fist of rage. Clenching a fist of rage. She looks even angrier.
You gotta get this checked out. Those veins have migrated up her head.
Yeah. And her speech bubble says, "I'm 90 years old and I'm in control of my own damn life." 4 electro points. The electro point count is growing.
He'd explained that she was 90 before
He said 90 before, but we know
but this is the first time.
Otherwise.
This is the first time in the comic that her age is mentioned.
Okay,
wait,
but
what?
that just
No,
means
it's not.
he's dumber than we expect, right? Because she's supposed to have been. That means it's 90 years old since the first cartoon, right? But like she was 16 in the first cartoon. Come on, Alec Robbins. My 8-year-old.
I don't think she was 16 in the first.
No, that's what the panel says. It says, I made my first movie 8 years ago when I was 16, and I'm still 16.
That's also what
Right.
this Wikipedia article says.
But yeah, I think that's a reference to Baby Escher, who's the black actress who apparently was based off Betty Boop. She was like, her whole gimmick was that she was
You
a
mean
baby.
Betty Boop
doing
was
all-
based off her?
Yeah. But she was like, her whole thing was like, oh look, I'm a baby
Mm-hmm.
actress and I'm doing these cool acts. But she kept on saying she was younger every year, and I think it's a reference to that. Or maybe it's
This
creepy
raises some
people in the
interesting
30s being
questions.
creepy.
Because if she is, let's ignore the whole 16 thing. If she's the age that the first Betty Boop comic is, this is like Garfield logic, because Garfield is always the age of his first comic strip, but he was not 1 day old in the first comic strip.
Mm.
So the
The rough one days.
so she's the age of her first cartoon, when she was not 1 in that cartoon. So that means it's as if it's like this
Maybe in
kind
this
of confirms
universe
a
it's
sort of
different.
Roger Rabbit logic to the world, where they're it's not like those things in the cartoons happen to her. It's like she's the cartoon come to life.
Well, to me, this says to me that you fundamentally do not understand the point of this comic strip, which is that Betty Boop is an angel who descended from heaven on that day.
That's true. He's got you there.
Perhaps. That's one take. Although in panel 3 here, it looks more like she's ascended from hell. We
Just as good.
we zoom out a little bit, and we half the panel is the speech bubble. We see Betty like
Oh wait, can I just?
she's
I
going
just
Super
want to say something.
Saiyan. It seems she's going super
We're not-
Fleischer.
You can't see us, but we're quietly nudging Chris Taylor, being like, huh? Anime?
Well, maybe you are.
Oh, are you? Are you? Because I have the Discord image preview open, so I can't see it all.
No, I wasn't actually. I was just...
Anyway,
Anyway, I want to say panel 2, the 90 years old, and I'm in control of my goddamn life. It's clearly like a statement about copyright laws, as this whole arc has been.
what?
It's like, well, this was created 90 years
I don't
ago,
know.
and Max Fleisch is dead.
I don't know
It should
about
be-
that.
No, that seems pretty... It seems pretty
I think
clear
that's
what it is to
that's
me.
a theory.
I think
No,
this is biting
I don't think
societal
it's
satire.
I don't think it's explicitly
No, I
the
think
case.
I think it is.
I think
I'm
it's
reading it
one
as
possible reading. Because I mean that is something that is a theme that's been going on in the strip, but I don't know if that panel is explicitly.
That's
referencing
how I read it the first time I saw it.
Yeah, I mean I think it's a possible reading. Anyway, in this panel 3, flames are surrounding Betty. To express her anger, her teeth are all pointy. She's so angry. She doesn't have the vein anymore. The vein, I guess, has popped and turned into flames. That's how I'm reading this. And
Maybe they came out of there.
yeah, her hands are like grasping the air. I don't know. Then she said, her speech bubble says, "I'm allowed to marry the hottest man I've ever laid eyes on, and that's exactly what I did." 2 electro points. And then in all caps, "Nothing in the entire world could ever tear us apart." 3 electro points.
Kind of did like a Mandark voice there for a minute. Sounded like it to me, like nothing in the world, you know.
A little bit.
That's unfortunate.
Panel 4, we see Alec Robbins, Mr. Boop. He's got hard eyes, and he
It's not the only
has
thing that's hard.
a Well, how would you describe this?
Why would I want to?
Chris, how would you describe this?
I'm really impressed with these pants. Well, he definitely, my man's got a boner, but he has like the stretchiest pants I've ever seen.
He's constantly wearing latex trousers.
Yeah, he's just like Under Armour, like way ahead of the curve on that one.
Maybe he just has a codpiece on.
Well, that would restrict it more. Surely.
I don't know. It's very weird. I don't want to talk about it, but it's very weirdly shaped. I'll say that.
Yeah. He canonically. I think it's been said before that he's.
There's
that's
these
like
extra.
he's got a small penis. Right?
Yeah, well, there's these extra lines down here that imply that this is not. We're not just going straight here, right? This to me implies like a curve or a bend of some
my
kind.
God,
So that
you're
might
right.
be where the length is gone.
That's possible. Oh,
Uh,
getting me hot here thinking about
well, okay, Lisa, come
Alec
on.
Rollins.
Enough of that.
Like, just shaped like Nessie, like a whale cock.
And Betty Boop is pretty hot in these ones as well. I'll admit.
She's on fire. So
Well, you've been listening to
you're
me,
not
Mr.
really, you're
Boop.
not wrong.
Everything's
This is a weird one. This is another. I mean, I would say keep it in your pants, Alec Rollins, but he is.
Have you ever seen one of these you wouldn't describe as a weird one?
I think the first few are
Yesterday's
funny.
panel was.
And I
Yesterday's
think there are
wasn't weird.
interspersed ones that are as funny in the same vein as the first few. But it's gotten real weird.
In context of the whole comic, I think that Monday's one isn't weird. That's what I'll say.
Sure.
It's just them recapping the whole thing. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, if you send it to someone out of context, like Chris is reading it here.
I would
It
never
would be
do that
very-
because
I
then
think
they
it's
would look up
funnier
the
that
other one.
way. That's how I started. How I started reading it, because I would keep seeing them pop up on my Twitter feed, and I wouldn't have context. I was just like, why is Milhouse married to Betty Boop? And-
Speaking of that, you've been listening to me, Mr. Boop.
Mm.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Oh yeah.
You can visit the show's website at www.beingmrboop.com for a full catalog of episodes and to sign up to host the podcast. For more updates, follow at Mr. Boop Pod on Twitter. You can find me by Googling Lisa Doop.
You can find me by Googling, well, not Ryan Pfeiffer, because there's other Ryan Pfeiffers.
There's a more famous Ryan.
Yeah, unfortunately. Someday I will best them. We're gonna have to fight to the death, I think.
These goddamn physicians.
These freaking chefs and comedians. I don't Google Candyman 106. I don't know, something like that. Chris, what should they Google for you?
Yeah, I've been Chris Taylor. Maybe later I'll continue to be. You can check out another podcast that I'm on, Boku no Stop. We are done talking about Monster, and I think there's a new host, and they're talking about a magical girl show called Flip Flappers, which is why I'm not on there right now.
Oh, does that one have flapper shots?
I have no idea.
What the
I looked
fuck
up
is a
some
flapper
images
shot,
of it, and then I passed extreme judgment on my co-host as a result.
Oh, let me hang on. Flip flappers.
Flip Flappers.
Huh.
I think they're just Skullgirls. I don't know what the deal is.
Oh yeah, this is
Ah.
I don't know what is actually from this and what is like just fan stuff, so I don't know how. I can't tell exactly
this is
how
all
weird it
it.
is.
I think this is all it because they're like magical girls, which
Oh,
means they
okay.
get depression
Then,
because
yeah, this
magical
is
girls is the
very
same
bad.
thing as Mecha,
This is very bad.
except you
then.
go to the mall. Yeah.
Yay! Did I tell you? Thank you and good night,
Is it
everyone.
a play on lip flappers?
I don't know.
They have a Steam game.
Did I tell you what my idea for a podcast is, Chris?
No. What's the deal
Um,
with Flip Flappers?
It's
my
not this,
idea-
that's for sure.
yeah.
Thank you and good
My
night.
idea was, yeah, I said it was. Anyway,
This podcast was brought to you by the Pitch Drop Podcast Network. Like what you just heard? Support the show by going to patreon.com/pitch drop. And while you're at it, check out pitchdrop.net for more of this and other shows.